In that trunk. You could put 3 bodies in there. Just kidding. Just trying to levitate the situation.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate it.
Sure. Hey, what kind of car you drive anyway?
It's a Lexus 430 LS.
That's like a Toyota.
It's a Lexus.
Yeah, Toyota, Lexus, same thing. Japanese, right? Let's not forget Pearl Harbor.
Remember Pearl Harbor. Robert, where you going? How you doing, everybody? Game time, long ball time. Coppock here. Time for the Daily Coppock as we decipher and break down the games people play. Right off the top, let's all have a good cry for Sammy Sosa. Number 21, the former Chicago Cub, is upset that the Cubs would dare to allow anyone to wear his sacred jersey. Sammy, for the record, Jason Marquis has worn your jersey. Tyler Colvin right now wears your jersey. Are you aware of the fact, Sam, do you remember that the Cubs paid you $47 million over your last 3 years with the Chicago National League Ball Club, essentially to pout? You know, Sammy Sosa always led Major League Baseball in one category, TMHRs, totally meaningless home runs. Sosa was always at his long ball best when the Cubs were either leading or trailing by a score of 9-2. This is classic. We are not talking about the run for the roses. We're not talking about Churchill Downs. We're not talking about the Kentucky Derby or the Preakness at Pimlico or the Belmont Stakes in Elmont, New York. We're talking about horse racing at good old Monmouth Park in Oceanport, New Jersey. This one was kind of a tongue twister. Listen closely. Horse paid $280 to win.
They move for the first turn. On the far stretch, Lady Mutata, my wife knows everything. Center of the track, the wife doesn't know. Into the final furlong. My wife knows everything. The wife doesn't know. They're 1-2. Of course they are. My wife knows everything in front. To the outside, the wife doesn't know. My wife knows everything. The wife doesn't know. My wife knows everything. More than the wife doesn't know.
My wife knows everything because she winds up with an alimony check every month. All right, this has got 3 and out written all over it. Remember Maurice Clarett, the Ohio State running back? He's been given permission by the court system in Ohio to travel out to the Garden Spot of America, Omaha, Nebraska, to try out with the Omaha Silent Hawks, or make that Omaha Nighthawks. Does it really make a damn bit of difference, of the United Football League? Do you remember Maurice Clarett's rookie year with the Ohio State Buckeyes under Jim Tressel in Columbus? He ran for 1,237 yards in the national title game against Miami in the Fiesta Bowl. He scored the winning touchdown in double overtime. Ever since then, everything for Maurice Clarett has been downhill. 3.5 years in the joint on robbery and possession charges. I'm telling you, Maurice Clarett does not have the speed to play in the National Football League. Maurice Clarett doesn't have the speed to play in the United Football League, and you heard it from Coppock. All right. You know, I've really done a 180 on this one for a long, long time, going back to the early 1980s. I recall talking about this with Hank Stram, legendary American Football League and NFL coach. I long believed the NFL should run 18 regular season ball games and 2 preseason games. Now I say no, and I'll tell you why. The league has got to stay at 16-4, which it's not going to do in the brand new collective bargaining agreement it's negotiating out with the players. Going to 18-2 is going to take ball players who are already suffering from severe head injuries and other physical aspects of damage to their body and make the situation just that much more worse. Here is one solution right off the top. If the National Football League and the players do agree to go to 18-2, you've got to expand game day rosters to 53 players. I have not talked to one NFL player, past or present, who believes 18-2 is logical when you talk about safety, which supposedly the National Football League cares a great deal about when it comes to their athletes. All right, welcome to Crumb Bum Theater, brought to you by Chet Coppock. Please take your seat in the rear. This might be inch for inch, pound for pound, one of the 2 or 3 worst movies I have ever seen. It was budgeted for $40 million. It did $20 million in America, and if you didn't barf halfway through the film, believe me, there was something emotionally out of whack with your nervous system. This is Showgirls, and this is really, really painful.
I'm not sure I want to. Close the the door on your way out.
Check it out. She doesn't even have a butt like a showgirl, for heaven's sakes. That's the one problem I had with the film was she wasn't built like a showgirl. You know what I mean? She didn't have major league tatas, and she had a booty like a linebacker. All right, fat guys shouldn't be dancing at halftime. In today's edition of my bestseller, we discuss, please, attend the Northwestern football game, because if you don't, chances are nobody else will either. How can Northwestern be in the Big Ten Conference and play Iowa, Ohio State, Purdue, Michigan, Michigan State, etc., not to mention Illinois, and not every once in a while sell out a football game? Northwestern should be embarrassed. Then again, Northwestern has never marketed its football product with any type of zeal whatsoever. Hey, Northwestern, you got a great coach in Pat Fitzgerald, who, by the way, should leave Northwestern and go to a football factory where he can play for a national title. But right now, why don't you do something new? Try and sell some tickets. All right. I think we can safely say that this gentleman's tongue over the years has gotten more than a reasonable workout. So we're a day late and $1 short on this one. Happy birthday to Gene Simmons, the longtime bassist and leader of the rock band known as Kiss. Don't you love Kiss? They go all the way back to the 70s. Hey, if you're really a Kiss fan like I am, I'm going to hop in my car the moment I get done with this and drive to Virginia Beach, Virginia tomorrow night so I can see him in concert. Sure. Anyway, sit back and enjoy one of their all-time classics. You Got to Lose Your Mind in Detroit, Rock City. Tomorrow, question and answer day. Want your questions on Facebook? We'll answer them right here on the Daily Coppock. Call it Coppock Answers the Critics. Until then, peace, love, and soul. Detroit, Rock City. I'm telling you, she ain't got a booty like a showgirl. So long, everybody.
First I drink, and then I smoke. I start the car, I try to make the midnight show. Let's go! Get up, everybody's gonna move their